What up, people? It's your boy, comedian Silas, and I am 1/3 of the Laid Back, Petty, and Crazy podcast. We don't have one member in today, but we do have
Marc Fazon. And bro, you said what up like 17 times, bro.
I did, bro. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of what ups, bro.
Yeah.
One what up suffices, brother.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm tired, bro.
Hey, I can tell. Why you so tired?
I got a new position, man.
Shout out to that.
I'm a suit, and you know it's just mentally draining.
Right.
And I mean it's just a lot.
So what about it is draining though? Like what's causing you? To be...
just learning a position and learning how to manage people.
Oh yeah.
And then the meetings. And the meetings too, man, like being on the other side of management,
right?
People be going in on folks.
Right.
They be like, oh, such and such, he about to get fired. And I'm like, damn, y'all just gonna open up like that? Ain't no hello, how y'all doing?
No salutations, nothing.
Yeah, man. So it's
interesting, like I said, so like I've managed before and I've also been managed. As a manager, I always try to be straightforward with my employees. Like, hey, listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. This is what it is, and this is how I do a pretty good job of that because like I said, I'm always like, hey, listen, they looking at you. Make sure you got your P's and Q's together. Make sure this is this and this and this and everything. So like my staff, like I said, the people that I manage, they still reach out to me for advice and we still keep in contact because of that. Now, granted, the people I didn't like that much, like I personally didn't rock with, I'm still going to, take care of them, but like it's a different story. Like I'm like they can't be like, hey, yo, Marc, let me get a reference. Bro, I don't know you like that. So it's different. So how do you balance, the new role plus you still being cool with a lot of people?
That's the thing. I gotta separate myself,
right? Because
a lot of the people that were my peers, like it was some people that came from the same department that I came from,
right?
They're a little jealous,
naturally,
and I'm just trying not to feed into their jealousy. One dude was like, "Yeah, I see you not working still," and I'm like, "Dude, if you only knew what I see on a daily basis, you're just taking calls." And I'm like, but the manager, I got a real good manager, and he was just like, look, this is what you got to do. You got to separate yourself. You got to maintain a business relationship. He did tell me a hilarious story. I ain't gonna put his name out there, but he was just trying to tell us as far as walking on landmines, like stay away from certain landmines.
Right.
Like he said he was dating this woman, right? And he said his secretary it was just too much activity at his desk. And the woman was like, what's going on? So he said he had to physically break them up because they was about to fight.
Oh.
HR has him in the office. And they said, well, what's going on? He said, I'm dating both of them. So, you know what I'm saying? He's like saying like, don't be like me.
Right.
But he was like, I hold myself accountable too.
Right.
Saying when I mess up, but don't follow the same path that I followed.
Right.
Yeah, when he said it, I was dying. But
yeah, so would you ever date somebody like I said prior to your situation?
Well,
because y'all met at the job.
Right.
But now that you, like I said, knowing what you know now, if you weren't married, would you ever date somebody that worked with you?
No, I think that it would be too much difficulty. Well, I say this: it depends on the position.
Right.
In my position now, it would have to be management or
right. Yeah, you couldn't go. You couldn't date a subordinate. Yeah,
just because of even if it was another department. What
What
about you though? Would you?
I personally haven't done it in years, and I stopped because like I said it happened to me when I was like 19 or 20. That was the last time I did it. I was 20, 21-ish maybe, and I dated a girl who was like 27, and she started catching feelings. Like I was living with my mom at the time. I was like, yes, I'm like 19, 20. I'm living with my mom, and I lived on 161. She knew the apartment complex. That's it. And she knew what my car looks like. This broad drove around my apartment complex looking for my car, found my car, and left me a note on my car. Bro, you know how scary that is when you're 19, bro?
Hilarious.
I came out to my car. I found the note, and I just backed into the house. I walked back in the house. I said, I come, bro. I said, Mike. I said, what is this? He was like, hey, man, some girl left you a note. What is? I'm like, nah, bro, I don't know no girls. I said, I'm only talking to that one chick.
So it was anonymous?
Yeah, she hit me up later that night. Was like, hey, bro, you get my note? I was like, hey. I said, hey, man.
You ain't know who it was.
I didn't know who it came from. I was scared, bro.
So did that situation go bad? Because
eventually, because I said, like, because we worked together, and I said, I'm a real, like, low-key dude. So if we dating, we can date. And I'm gonna talk to you like I talk to everybody else. I'm gonna treat you the same. No one would know that we was talking unless they saw us out in public together. So I'm real, like I don't play that, like I don't be on that PDA stuff.
Right.
So what happened was she started really catching feelings. But once again, I'm 19. She's almost 30. So her situation is different. Like she got a kid already. I'm 19. I ain't thinking about no stuff like that. And she was looking to kind of really, settle down. I'm like, girl, I was just trying to get a nut.
Right.
And it was one of those situations. So what's that Music Soul Channel song, Half Crazy?
Yeah.
It was literally that. Like I think that song was out and I played it. Like I'm like, man, this song was on repeat. Like, man, this girl's really crazy, man. Like I was watching what was that movie with Low Down Dirty Shit? Not Low Down. What's the movie with A Thin Line Between Love and Hate?
Yeah.
I was like, man, I got a real life Fatal Attraction. I just kept saying it because she was really crazy.
What's the oldest woman you had? Just real quick, I know it's off cuff, but
I had a couple of cougars, but I had a couple of older women, man.
But what's the age difference?
Like at least 15.
15?
Yeah. So
what was the age? What was your age and how old were they?
So I had one chick, she was 40 and I was 25-ish.
Okay, that was probably around the same age I had, something like that.
Hey man, them older women, listen.
All right.
They be like, so they be hitting their sexual peak and
how did that happen? How did your situation happen?
Shoot. She was a friend of a friend. And she had went through like some hardship or whatever, and I just reached out to check up on her and everything. Like we
you indirectly was just checking on her, and that's how I went down.
Cause I said I'm a solid dude or whatever. I go over to the crib, whatever, right? And like she was like, hey, well I'm I could use some help with something. So I went over to help her, and I get ready to leave, and she was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna order a pizza. You want to stick around? I was like, all right, sure.
This nigga got fed.
Listen, she set me up.
Nigga helped move. He got fed.
She set me up because she knew what she was doing. I said because she knew that she was like, hey, I'm this young guy right here with us. So she's like, oh well, this DVD player is back then. So she was like, my DVD player upstairs in my room. I was like, all right, cool. So it's like, oh yeah, you get in the bed. I was like, nah, I sit in the chair and everything. Because once again,
what was in the DVD?
We was watching Love Jones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it wasn't crazy.
She was setting you up for real.
Once again, so I'm watching the movie, whatever, right? And then it's like, I'm getting late. I gotta go to work at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I said, all right, I gotta go. She's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you don't want to take
as you laying in the bed talking about I gotta go to work.
No, I'm sitting in the chair. She's laying in the bed.
Okay.
So I said, once again, in my mind, I'm still like, hey, nah, this is just friendship.
I just helped. Yeah.
I just helped. So I'm still like, oh, nah, ain't nothing popping. I leave. And like when I get to the crib, I text like, "Oh yeah, I made it home. I had a good time." She was like, "Yeah, I ain't want you to leave." I was like, "I'm looking at my phone, like, nigga, what are you talking about?" Hilarious. And so so like it went like a week, whatever. Like I would just check on her periodically and everything. And then the next time, she's like, "What's something you like to eat?" I said, "I'm a big fan of lasagna, whatever." She's like, "Okay, bet." So she hit me up. Like that cougar joke came from a real place. She made me lasagna. I came over and she cooked lasagna from scratch.
Right.
I had to smash at that point, bro. Like she was in the kitchen sweating and stuff like that.
And lasagna is it's a process.
It's a process. You can't just She didn't it wasn't no Stouffer's or nothing like that. That wasn't no microwave like that. Those noodles were actually placed individually.
Right.
I had to put out and
so you placed your you placed everything in right place.
I placed my sausage in her marinara sauce. For lack of better words. But yeah, so
So I had a cougar situation. Well,
okay, what was your cougar situation?
I was at my fraternity brother's wedding.
Oh.
Now, I was probably 24. Mm-hmm. And my fraternity brother at the time, they might have been like 40. Mm. So he went to high school with this girl. Right. Now, she was smooth because she hollered at me. Like, she had him introduced. She said, he came to me and said, I got somebody I want you to meet. Mm-hmm. And she comes to me, and the first thing she says is, how you doing? I'm such and such. Can I buy you a drink? And I ain't never had no drink bought from me before. I
was on the mud.
I was on some BS like, yeah, can I just get some orange juice? I was a cheap date.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she gave me her number, and I talked to her for about a good solid 3 or 4 days. Mm-hmm. This is how bad my attention span was, because I was just like, we was just boring. She was just talking the whole time. And I was telling one of my dudes about it. I said, hey, man, I got to figure out how to get rid of this chick. Like,
right.
Because she just won't stop talking. Like, she calls me and she wants to talk to me for an hour or so. And we're not talking about nothing.
Right.
He said, man, just come at her like, hey, man, when you trying to smash? Mm-hmm. And I was like, for real? He said, look, that gets her off your coast, because he's like, if she don't want to do it, then you don't have to worry about talking to her no more.
Right.
If she do, then you got right to the point.
Right.
I was like, all right, I'm going to try it. So I was waiting for her call as soon as I got off work. I knew she's going to call. She called me. She starts talking. I waited for a silent moment. I said, so when you going to let me fuck? She's like, excuse me? I can't believe you're talking to me like that. You know what? Bye. Hung up the phone. I was like, yes. I got rid of her.
Right.
About 2 minutes later, she calls back and says, yo, when you trying to do that? I was like, oh, damn, it worked. It worked.
Didn't expect that.
So, of course, I'm deficient in the mug. I'm living at home with my mom. We went in on the hotel room.
Why did y'all go to a hotel room when she got her own place?
It's a whole story behind this.
Okay,
bro.
Interesting. All right. Let's
Whole
get to it.
story.
Yeah.
So, in the midst of talking to her, she tells me that she's divorced, but her ex-husband is living in house with her.
Oh.
Because he has to find a place. He's just coping.